A judge in Calgary has ruled that two-time Olympic bobsleigh champion Kaillie Humphries cannot compete for the United States. Arthi Pohl is tracking this story. So Arthi, what can you tell us about this?
So this has been sort of a long story in terms of that it dates back a year when we know that there were first allegations that were launched forward by Kaillie Humphries suggesting that she was mentally and verbally abused by her coach with Bobsleigh Canada. And following that, also she launched a lawsuit suing Bobsleigh Canada for breach of contract, for suing them for $45 million. And today the ruling came down that she would not be released from her contract and therefore would not be eligible to play for the U.S. team. Now, that is a piece of information that CBC News broke first. Devin Haru was one of the first reporters to report that news, that in fact Kaillie Humphries was looking to try and play for the U.S. team. Essentially, when we're looking at all of the developments along the way with this particular story, we know that in fact that investigation into those allegations took about a year, and it was just yesterday that we learned that the judge essentially said that the claims were not substantiated, that they said there was not enough evidence to suggest that there was abuse that was going on with the specific coach, as the allegations suggest. All of that said, we know that Kaillie Humphries' lawyer says that she essentially has been pushed out of Bobsleigh Canada, but Bobsleigh Canada themselves are saying that they are happy to work this out with Kaillie Humphries, to work through the dispute processes they have in place. And they spoke after today's decision. Here's what they had to say.
Kaillie is obviously going to be a threat in the next Olympics, and there's nothing more that we like to see other than Canadians standing on the podium. We've taken these allegations seriously, and we've looked into every aspect of our programs, and we believe we have a safe and a high-performing training environment for all athletes.
And it's important to note, too, that we did have some of the athletes come forward over the weekend. For example, Justin Cripps had said that he believes, and he said he speaks on behalf of all the athletes he's spoken to, all the returning athletes within the team, that he does not believe that there is a toxic environment or that those allegations would be substantiated either. So there are definitely two sides to this story here. And just a quick other note, it would be September 30th that she would have to be approved to play for the U.S. team.
So what did Kaillie's lawyer have to say?
Well, it's interesting. So Jeffrey Rath was also outside of the courtroom when this decision was brought down. He calls the conduct by Bobsleigh Canada unsportsmanlike. Let's quickly listen to what he had to say.
Entire thing is a fairly passive-aggressive game on the part of Bobsleigh Canada to punish an athlete who has given so much to this country and simply can't find a way forward to compete with Bobsleigh Canada. Let's not forget that unconverted evidence in this hearing today was that Bobsleigh Canada was telling her fellow team members that if they trained or competed with Kaillie Humphries, that they were going to be blacklisted potentially from the next Olympic squad. So Bobsleigh Canada has been making it clear to Kaillie that she's not welcome back. They've been treating her abysmally since her harassment claim was filed.
So essentially, this story is not quite over. We should also make note that Kaillie Humphries did get married to an American that would make her eligible to play for the U.S. team. And Rath, in fact, also said outside of that courtroom there that she will still attend the U.S. push trials as a guest this week, Andrew.
All right. Thanks, Arthi.
You're welcome.